if I was gonna have a self-insert character, I would also give them a gift of Dean Winchester.
You know what? That's fair. You're living your best life.
Yeah. My name is KJ, and you're listening to the Supernatural Opinions podcast, where some things in this world are supernatural. My pronouns are she, they, and this is the podcast where I talk to my fellow Supernatural fans about Supernatural, and we share our Supernatural opinions. Okay, this week we're going to be talking about my very own Supernatural Opinions playlist. Reminder that discussion episodes are open to all seasons and episodes, and this will definitely contain spoilers from episodes including and beyond last week's episode, which was Season 2, Episode 14, Born Under a Bad Sign, because we're going all the way to the finale and beyond this week. Today I'm being joined by my guests Meredith, Jaden, and Vail. They were all here last week, but we're gonna remind you who everybody is anyways. Meredith, how about you start?
Hi, I'm Meredith. My pronouns are she and her, and I'm still recovering from COVID because we recorded the last episode 5 minutes ago.
Hopefully you'll be long healthy by the time this one comes out.
Hopefully. I'm already feeling way better than I was on Monday.
And Jaden, can you remind everyone who you are?
Hi, I'm Jaden. It's good to be back, even though we recorded last episode 5 minutes ago. Still good to be back.
And Vail, how about you?
Hi, I'm Vail. Pronouns are she, her, and Supernatural basically gave me my music taste, so I am very excited for this one.
Yeah, and you've been with us for 3 weeks in a row, so congrats. Sorry, I don't know what the response is for that.
Oh no, this is a dream come true.
I will be putting the link to my Spotify playlist in the episode notes directly. You can also find it in our link tree or search it on Spotify as KJ's Supernatural Opinions playlist. Meredith just searched it before we started recording and it came right up. Let's get started. So first, I thought I would tell you guys how I started to build this thing. And this is gonna be a work in progress. We'll probably do one of these in a few seasons because I am constantly upkeeping this. I'm constantly adding to it as I watch different seasons here and there.
Already it's got 121 tracks on it. So
yeah.
It's a constant work in progress and it's going to be legendary.
So I actually started with, I own the box set of the DVDs and it comes with a booklet with all the episodes and it tells you which ones have special extra deleted scenes and stuff like that. And it has a little lightning bolt, and then it tells you the song anytime that there's a episode with a really a big classic rock song in it. For example, in the season 3 finale when they sang Wanted Dead or Alive by Bon Jovi. So I went through that booklet and I basically went from there, and then basically tried to more or less from memory as we go add in songs in the order that they appeared, which became very difficult as time went on. I now have a full spreadsheet with all of the episodes and a few in between episodes spots, and then I have spots for 6 songs per episode. I could add more, but I haven't needed 6 yet.
The answer to so many of your problems is make a spreadsheet.
It is.
It's not a bad solution, honestly.
I have a Google sheet. It's called discussion app spreadsheets, and so the first one's a playlist, the next one's a discussion episode that we're doing in season 3, and I just make spreadsheets to help with the organize things. So I have a spot for a song and then an explanation for that song, and then a spot for a song and then an explanation for that song. So 6 per episode. I only have about 4, I think, max so far for most episodes. But yeah, that's what I started with, and then I just kind of added some in, and I'm definitely open to taking suggestions. So if you have suggestions, write in. Let me know. Reach out on social media. I know Vail has a couple of suggestions, so I wanted to know what those were.
Okay, so the easier one, Cleaning Up the Town by the Bus Boys, was in a season 15 episode where it was basically supposed to be a knockoff of Ghostbusters, so it's the same song as in Ghostbusters, which is the only reason why I remembered it, but I was like, that's a pretty groovy song.
I'm gonna have to add that one for sure.
The other one would be Vincent by Don McLean. They play that one during the last episode of season 7 where Dean is going out to the Impala and he's like, what's up? And Cass is just talking about putting lipstick on monkeys.
Oh, Cass. Honeybee Cass.
Yes. So that song is very sweet for V. I didn't know about it. I didn't know of its existence before Supernatural, but very nice, I think. I think it might also be about suicide. So probably relating to kind of what Cass was going through at the time.
Yeah, Cass is going through some bad mental health stuff. The end of season 7 and into season 8. It's pretty rough.
How important is lipstick to you, Dean?
But yeah, I do try and go in and put whatever songs I can find in the episodes in. Obviously, like, I just haven't watched some of the episodes since I started doing this, so there's lots of episodes I don't have anything for. I also
already have a great selection. I would recommend anyone listening to this right now, like, pause and put this playlist on for, like, 4 days straight.
Yeah, it's about 8 hours right now, currently, at its current length, and I know this because I listened to the whole thing during my workday one day this week. And
Nice.
It took about the same length as my workday. So I have a few songs before the series even starts in like my pre-series section, and I wanted to explain some of those. So the first one is the Supernatural Opinions theme. I don't think everyone can listen to that one because it's not like an actual track. It's like a track from my personal collection. But our theme song by Joe Veretta is actually taken out of a like 4-minute song that he composed, and I just don't know that that's posted anywhere.
Yeah, I don't see it, but
Yeah.
it is pretty good. I
do
remember
have
listening
that
to it when we first got it.
for my like personal use. I like when I open the playlist, I have that. I don't think it's you can't see it if you're not me, but I just want to say that that's there. And then I have The Road So Far from the musical episode in season 10 because it sums up everything that happened before the pilot.
It's just a catchy song.
It's very catchy. And then I have Carry On Wayward Son by Kansas because it's the Supernatural song. Then there's, some songs from season 1. The first, I would say, like, big deviation that I have that isn't in there is I have both Laugh I Nearly Died by the Rolling Stones and Bones into Dust by Fred Herring, which are the two songs that play depending on where you're watching in Bloody Mary when they're driving by and Sam sees Jess on the side of the road.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're watching on like DVDs or like the original version, it's the Rolling Stones, but if you are watching on a streaming service, it's Bones into Dust by Fred Herring, and I like both of those songs, and I think they both really work there. So I didn't want to pick between them, so I put them both.
Because it's your playlist.
Yes, it's my playlist, and I can do what I want.
Exactly. You tell them.
Okay, I have a whole bunch of songs on Houses of the Holy. When we covered that 2 weeks ago, I added Houses of the Holy by Led Zeppelin, even though it's not in the episode. And then I had Kashmir by Led Zeppelin, because that's what Dean's MP3 player claimed he was listening to. Then I had Down on Love by Jamie Dunlop, because that's what Dean was actually listening to. And then I had Knocking on Heaven's Door, because we heard that in the episode.
I think we hear it again later, too.
Yes. It's important for the musical parallel, so it's on here twice. When there's songs that are on there twice, I add them both. Like, I add them in both spots. So, like, Knocking on Heaven's Door is, like, in this order, and then when you get to where it is in season 5, it's there as well. And same with The Famous Final Scene by Bob Seger. That's in the season 9 and in season 15. I also have a bunch of songs for Roadkill, and 2 of the 3 aren't in the episode. There's House of the Rising Sun, which was in the episode. I was on the podcast Saving People Queering Things with Abigail, and
That's a great name.
It is. And what they do is they have whoever's hosting that week pick songs that they want to do for the episode, and they kind of made like a season playlist. And so I put both Abigail's pick and my own pick here. Abigail picked Dearly Departed by Shaky Graves, which is a song I have become obsessed with. I love this song. And I picked Happiness by Taylor Swift.
I did see that on there.
So that's how those ended up on here. Even though Happiness by Taylor Swift did not exist for like 12 or 13 years after this episode came out.
It doesn't matter if it suits the vibe.
Absolutely. My next big one is kind of a no episode one. It doesn't really have an episode, and it's between season 13 and 16 and season 4 episode 1, and the song is Lucky Man by Emerson, Lake and Palmer. I don't know, it just felt like for me, like, this would be a song that they would put over like a funeral scene for Dean that we just never seem to get.
Aw.
And I was like, when's Dean like the most likely to have a funeral? And I was like, season 3.
Aww.
Because he had like a whole grave and everything, so I added that there. And then obviously to Lazarus Rising, we have You Shook Me All Night Long during the montage to kick off the season. And then I added Angel with a Shotgun because Cass is here.
Of course.
I was actually thinking of suggesting that one, but then I remembered, no. She definitely has this already.
Absolutely.
It's kind of a no-brainer.
It is the most used song associated with Destiel, I think, of probably all time.
Right? It fits.
It does fit Cass like so perfectly. For season 4 episode episode 18, there's a monster at the end of this book. I added Ramble On by Led Zeppelin and Traveling Overside Blues also by Led Zeppelin. Those are Dean's 2 favorite songs, and he tells us that in the episode, so I added them both there. Those are definitely on Dean's mixtape that he gives to Cass in season 12.
Definitely.
So the next thing I'm going to add is a song called Work Song by Hosier. I don't know why I said that.
Because we live in Canada.
I'm used to French things. The song just gives me like Dean seeking solace in Lisa at the end of season 5 vibes. It's like not really part of Swan Song, but like between Swan Song and season 6.
Aw.
Like it just really feels like a Dean Lisa song. And that was the place to put it. Other songs that I've just added in here. Oh, another No episode 1 that for now I've kind of put it between season 7 episode 6 and season 7 episode 7. And the song is Life is a Highway by Rascal Flatts. I think that what this show should have had was they should have had more ridiculous cars in season 7.
Yes.
They didn't have the Impala, but they mostly stole like classic cars. I think they should have been stealing like smart cars and like Volkswagen Beetles and stuff like that. And I also just wanted like a Life is a Highway and then like just like a montage of like stupid.
Oh, that would have been so much fun. Did they ever have that song on this show?
I don't think so. Not that I can recall.
Because I remember thinking of this song and wondering if they actually had it on the show, because it's like the ultimate car trip song.
Absolutely, and I prefer the Rascal Flatts version because I grew up watching Cars, the movie.
Yeah, exactly. That's where I remember it from. I've heard it in other movies, but like Cars was the original.
Cars, yeah. And then season 7, episode 17, The Born Again Identity, I have Run Boy Run by Woodkid.
So good.
Which is a great song. I originally heard it in the Umbrella Academy. And that episode basically starts with Sam on like 4 days of no sleep, running because he's hallucinating Lucifer, and he's like stumbling through an alley, and I just was like, this would have been good.
Yes, the song fits that moment.
Yeah. And then for that episode, I also have Wake Up Little Susie by the Everly Brothers and Turn Into Earth by the Yardbirds. I love this song, Turn Into Earth by the Yardbirds, that plays when Cass is like remembering who he is and he's smiting demons in the parking lot.
Yes.
Excellent.
Gosh, yes.
After I go through all these like ones I've added, we'll go back and talk about some of like the really good music in the show. Okay, so for fan fiction, they don't have all of the musical episodes like on Spotify. So I have Sundown by Gordon Lightfoot that plays before they get to the school. And then I have A Single Man Tier and Carry On Wayward Son, the musical version. I didn't put The Road So Far back in there. I could have, but I just didn't feel like it.
That's fine. We have A Single Man Tier, and
I love A Single Man Tier.
I quote that way more than I should, because it just applies to so many different forms of like media and TV shows. It's not just Dean.
I wish that they had I'll Just Wait Here Then. I know it's really short, but it should be there.
It was cute.
And then for Don't Call Me Shirley, I have Fairly Well as covered by Loudon Swain, which is like the closest you can get to like Chuck. Rob is just so good at singing.
Yes, absolutely.
I have Born to Be Wild again for season 12, episode 3, because it was in the show again. It was in the show in the season 7 finale when Meg like ran the Impala out into the sign outside Dick Roman's building. But then in season 12, they're like in the car and Mary's like trying to prove she's not like a regular mom. And
She's a cool mom, right,
yeah, she's
Regina?
a cool mom. This is one I would have liked to have had it in the season 12 finale, but I actually have it under season 13, episode 1, Lost and Found. It should have been the recap song for that season. I have the recap song, which was No Time by the Guess Who, which is great. It's a great song. Season 12 finale is called All Along the Watchtower, and I think that they should have used All Along the Watchtower as the like recap in the next season.
Well, that would have been a nice way to bookend things.
I think it would have fit really well. The opening lyric to that song is there must be some kind of way out of here, and you know, Mary and Lucifer are trapped in Apocalypse World, so I think it would have fit really well.
Yeah, it would have fit really well, and especially with that opening line.
Yeah, especially because I think they used No Time again a second time in season 14. Meredith actually suggested this one.
I did.
And the song that she suggested was Do I Look Like I Go to Your Youth Group by Burn the Ballroom, which is a great band.
They're my favorite band, honestly. They're so good. They need more fans. Everyone, please go listen to them.
And I put it for season 14, episode 20, Mariah. I think there is no topping the song that they actually used here, which was God Was Never on Your Side by Motorhead. It's a perfect musical cue. However,
Thematically appropriate, too.
as soon as I heard this song, I was like, if they didn't use God Was Never on Your Side, this is exactly where I would put this song. It's like the Wish / like streaming version. Like if the streaming services couldn't afford God Was Never on Your Side, this is what I would want them to put.
Yeah, especially because Burn the Ballroom isn't a very popular band, so they'd be
It feels like what they would pick. It feels like this is exactly the type of band they would be looking for to fill that spot.
Yeah, exactly. For anyone who was curious, they do like punk rock. They They have a lot of religious themes. It's very good.
I think that might be it for things that I added into the actual episodes. Except for that, in season 15, episode 20, I only used the Neone version of Carry On Wayward Son. There were too many versions of Carry On Wayward Son in that episode. I'm picking that one because when I hear it, I think of the finale.
Fair.
We don't need both. The episode itself didn't need both.